When you think about superheroes, today you tend to think about Marvel, and Marvel is kicking some serious ass. With Avengers 2 on the horizon, everybody's talking about Iron Man, everybody's talking about Daredevil, everybody's talking about this and that, but I think... Really? This DC fangirl over here, I guess, disagrees.
Yeah, where it's really at is AKA Jessica Jones.
Oh yeah, totally. Everybody... Who the fuck is Jessica Jones?
I don't know, but apparently Luke Cage is going to be in it.
Yes, Marvel is kicking ass, but what DC is doing right now, on TV at least, is a little interesting, and I would say definitely worth talking about. Today, I sit down with Eliyora and Voice of Reason to talk about...
I am Black Canary, bitch!
We're here to talk about Arrow Season 1. Let's do this. Greetings, every peoples. This is your cult personality, ToonKriticY2K's name. Tunes are the name of my game.
Howdy hi, every people and every pony. Eliyora here.
Hello, every pony. I'm the Voice of Reason. And I'm a Blue Lantern.
You're a really? Those are a thing?
Why a Blue Lantern?
Because I follow the ideals of hope.
Oh.
Well, I figured that with your stubborn head, you'd be a green.
No,
Fits your color scheme better anyway.
Yeah, but I like but blue complements green. If you watch Green Lantern, the animated series.
Green Arrow! Since we're talking about green stuff, Green Arrow! Yeah, Green Arrow, the Arrow TV series on the CW right now, which is in its third season right now, really came as a surprise for some people because when it was first announced, nobody was really hyped for it.
Yeah, it wasn't until like season 2 everyone started paying attention.
Yeah,
I
Arrow...
must have been the only person on the planet that was hyped for it, but that's only because I absolutely love Green Arrow.
Yeah, I didn't get into Arrow until actually between seasons 1 and 2. It debuted, I believe, October 10th, 2012, and yeah, from then on, it's been gathering a lot of steam. It's kind of like at the forefront now of like why people are liking DC and their small screen stuff, because Arrow kind of started a little bit of a rebirth in terms of superhero live action TV shows. Because
he started a fad, is what he started. Because now it's all about freaking superhero that are quote unquote realistic, and it's like dark drama sort of stuff.
Yeah, dark soap opera drama sort of thing. But what is Green Arrow? Because I know a lot of people who are familiar with DC know all about Superman and Batman and Aquaman, fucking Aquaman, and his badass new looks from Jason Momoa or whatever. It's like, oh look, how dark and gritty.
Poor Aquaman. Aqualad got the better powers, honestly.
But who is Green Arrow? I'm gonna leave that to the DC nut voice to quickly fill us in. Who is Green Arrow in terms of just within the show?
Basically, Green Arrow is DC's version of Robin Hood. Steals from the rich, gives to the needy, takes out the corrupt politicians. He basically represents the left. He's
more on the, like, I guess, underappreciated side.
Yeah. He's like Batman. He's he fights the street crime. Although he hasn't, I don't remember the last time he went up against like a big bad. I think the highest level bad guy he ever faced was like Deathstroke and Prometheus.
Which coincidentally, Deathstroke is somebody that he faces off with in season 2.
Jumping ahead though.
Yeah, but hey, that's enough to get people's attention, because when I talked about why I liked Arrow with some friends, I mentioned Deathstroke. You're just like, yo, when's Deathstroke coming in season 2? God damn it, that means I have to watch it now. But yeah, in terms of what happens within the show, the opening pretty much fills you in. If you watch like the season 1 opener, it fills you in. My name is Oliver Queen. I was stranded on an island for 5 years, but now I'm back, and now I have to go and like do things like to make sure the city's safe and cleanse the city. I have a book with a list of names from my father who did such and such, and now it's my job to save Starling City.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he burned like 1/8 of those names during the first season, during one of those episodes.
Whatever happened to that book? Because it's never brought up now.
Well, once he took care of it, what need was there for it anymore?
Yeah, that's true. Okay. But it works, and the first season works as him just going through the list, and you don't really meet anybody notable. Like, you don't meet any big major DC names.
Closest you get is the Royal Flush Gang.
Yeah.
That was so stupid.
But other than that, it's like very unknown, I guess unknown DC villains. I wouldn't even call them villains. I'd call them more like fucking thugs.
Yeah, they're the C and D listers.
Yeah.
Although
well, considering they're starting slow and building up, I think it fits.
Yeah.
Which gets me hyped because I would love to see Richard Dragon. He's like he's currently the big bad in the comics now. He's like this major gang leader, and he's in charge of the Longbow Hunters, who is basically the Green Arrow's rogues.
Mm.
Well,
I cannot wait. I would love to see who gets to play Richard Dragon.
Yeah.
Rain in the drool there, fanboy.
Green Arrow so far doesn't have many recurring villains in the beginning. Like, I think... is Vertigo in Season 1?
Yes.
Well, Vertigo's kind of, I guess, a recurring
villain
later on.
Yeah, but he was like one episode each season. 1 or 2 episodes each season.
Yeah.
But the recurring villain is actually Merlin, so...
Yeah, Malcolm Merlin, or the Black Archer, as he's called in the comics, is...
Or the Magician, I think, is what he's called in there, too.
Yeah, yeah, he's one of the big bads that Ollie has to face.
Yeah, throughout Season 1, he goes through the list to figure out, like, okay, these are bad people, I'm gonna, save the city, but...
Why is John Barrowman the bad guy?
Hey, I love John Barrowman in this. That's the one thing, I guess we're transitioning to what we liked about this. The one thing I love about this is all the actors that they got. Stephen Amell, David Ramsey, Emily Bett Richards, Katie Cassidy, Colin Donnell, Susanna Thompson, Will Holland, like, all these great actors, and John Barrowman is, like, right at the top there as, like, the villain. He plays it so well. And when you have, like, when you have John Barrowman...
Any idea how weird... You guys should know how weird it is freaking to see Jack Harkness suddenly turn into the bad guy.
Oh, I thought it was awesome, though.
You thought that was weird? Currently in Flash, Spartacus is playing Weather Wizard.
Is that who he was? Because I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah, that's Liam McIntyre as Weather Wizard.
And then in Season 2... let's just say some shit happens. We don't want to give away too many spoilers, but it involves Deathstroke. And Deathstroke, between him and Malcolm Merlin, Manu Bennett as Slade really, really sets the tone for the entire series.
Zach, you've got such a boner for Manu Bennett.
Manu Bennett, I think, was the best frickin' choice for Deathstroke. Like, I remember Deathstroke from, like, Teen Titans. That was my favorite version. But this is my new favorite version. He is a scary motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, no question about that. I'm just saying you want to tie him up and fuck him.
No, that's Stephen Amell.
Or the other way around.
No, it's Stephen Amell. Jesus Christ. Look, okay, I'll admit that I find certain actors attractive, okay? Is that so wrong?
So Manu Bennett is your man crush?
No, Stephen Amell is my man crush. Also the current Red Ranger from Dino Charge, but that's beside the point. But anyway, yeah, so, wow, we are already like almost 10 minutes into this, and yeah, we're just going to run through this, what we like, what we didn't like, favorite and least favorite character, and favorite season out of the two. So, let's start with Kat. What did you like about seasons 1 and 2?
I like the character growth and development. I always am fascinated by how characters react to situations and and how they change as time goes on. I think my favorite character development so far has been Felicity.
In terms of seasons 1 and 2?
Yeah, overall.
Man, you are not going to like what happens during season 3 then. Oh, she's pissing off the whole fandom. But it's glorious. Anyway.
Well, hey, everybody's got their bullshit moments.
Well,
Everybody's got their, like, bullshit time period. Look at frickin' Laurel.
bullshit time. Yeah, let's call sharing better with Ray Palm or something. Anyway.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Forget I said anything.
You heard nothing.
Are they gonna make me hate Black Canary?
Well, Black Canary, I think, is one of the best things about Season 2. Katie Lotz. Oh my god, I fucking love Black Canary.
Yes, you do.
Sorry, continue, Kat.
I'm lost now.
What you like about Seasons 1 and 2?
I also like the way they depict known characters from the comics. Like, I think this is the most serious that I've ever seen Green Arrow, for example. But I think the best by far, and I'm going to sound like I'm just kissing up to Zach, but it's true, is gotta be Deathstroke. He was depicted so perfectly. Like, oh my god.
I think he's doing a slightly better... No, I think he's doing a slightly better job than what they're doing with Ra's al Ghul, but maybe that's just... Raish. I'm sorry. The show pronounces it Ra's.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that.
God, it's like Avatar and Aang and Aang all over again.
Yeah, but they made that clear in, like, Batman the Animated Series. He hated when people called him Ra's. It's pronounced Raish. Raish al Ghul. Can you get that right? But no, it's always Ra's al Ghul.
I'm also going to say I like the music and I like the way they choreograph the fight scenes.
The action is where I think it shines, really.
Yeah, all practical stunts.
Yeah, there's no really fancy CGI or anything.
Yeah, not that I could think of. I think actually it's shot in Canada too.
Yeah, Vancouver. Sweet Canada, you've given us one of the greatest superhero TV shows of all time. We thank you. You also gave us pancakes. That's cool too.
And ponies.
And ponies. We will take that too. You also gave us Justin Bieber.
How much of the things that we like are actually from home soil?
I don't know, actually.
Gravity Falls?
Yeah.
Steven Universe?
Steven, yeah, there's that. Voice, what did you like about Seasons 1 and 2?
I did not like Ollie killing in Season 1.
Me neither. It didn't feel right.
Yeah.
But I think that was also the point of it.
It really helps, actually. The whole him killing thing, I'm actually kind of glad they did, because when you get to The Flash, and they have the two series running parallel to one another, it really helps set apart Arrow from Flash. They're two completely different superheroes with the same goal, but Jesus Christ, they have very different ways of doing it.
Yeah, you could you know that from the Brave and the Bold episode, but that's again Season 3.
Fucking references.
And speaking of references, that's one thing that's sort of a double-edged sword with Arrow. When they get the references right, or they get the characters from DC down pat, I'm in love with it. Deadshot, freaking...
Not so much.
Not really.
Really? I thought Deadshot was great.
He wasn't exactly depicted with those suicidal bits to his character that I remember him for.
Well, again, Deathstroke as well. Arsenal. I like the subtle nod that he was a junkie.
Yeah, that's not until later when he gets the full costume, but you see the development of him here.
Yeah, although I think he was in the comics he was a junkie while he was a superhero. Now he's clean.
Yeah, but that was a good callback.
I love all the other subtle nods to other DC characters like let's see, I'm just trying to think of, like, off the top of my head. Again, that's not Season 3 because, oh my god, that thing is loaded with references.
Yeah, Season 3 is where they are really starting to pick up their stride, along with Flash and the stuff that they have planned. They have a full set plan now for what they want to do.
Yeah, let's see, I'm just trying to think. Ted Kord Industries. That if you don't know who that is, that's the second Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I was trying to place it, and I couldn't place where I'd heard Ted Cord before.
Yeah, Cord Industries is the second Blue Beetle.
Also in season 1, the office that Laurel worked for, they mentioned that it was funded by something that I specifically remember from. I remember hearing it in Justice League, something that Morpho or whatever his name was, that guy with the
Metamorpho.
Yes, Metamorpho, the guy who owned the company he was fighting against. I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head, but I remember hearing that, and that was a good shout out too.
Yeah. Again, when they get there right, they get it. It's beautiful, but more often than not,
get it wrong.
More often than not. And
how have they gotten it wrong? I'm kind of curious.
Where do I begin? Let's see. For example, Professor Ivo in season 2. He's the guy who created He's the guy that created Amazo. His ship is called the Amazo.
And that just felt so wrong.
Or how about Shrapnel, who is sort of a like a secondary character, who's basically he's can make anything explode. He's a bomb expert. Or how about Bronze Tiger?
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. The whole Suicide Squad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or how about Harbinger?
Oh,
that's one of the things that pissed me off. But I think, what was the one thing that really teased me? Count Vertigo.
Yeah, Count Vertigo. When I looked him up, I'm like, is he supposed to be like this, or
how do you screw up Count Vertigo?
Especially to that degree.
They made him a drug dealer.
And they made... Well, they had to ground it somehow, in reality.
That was not the way!
Like, what they're doing now with Werner Heitzel, who's the actual name of... whatchamacallit? The actual name of Count Vertigo is actually doing it a lot better than what the hell that guy was.
Oh, that guy was stupid. I'll give you that.
Yeah, what they're doing currently is better, but not by much.
I kind of like the whole Vertigo thing. I think it's, if anything, it's a plot device.
It was, yeah, let's face it, it was a plot device to fuck over Thea.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else?
I'm trying to think of anything else I did like. Again, when we get into the characters, Felicity Smoke is great.
I love Felicity. She's so cute.
Felicity's adorable.
Although technically she is in the wrong universe. She's actually supposed to be with Flash because I think in the comics she and Firestorm are a thing.
Really?
Oh, well.
I thought Felicity came from the show.
No, Felicity was actually created by what's the guy's name? The guy. Crap, he's the guy who killed off Gwen Stacy. I'm trying to remember his name.
Green Goblin?
No. No, the writer.
Oh.
Yeah, he also.
Oh, wow, okay. See, here's the thing. I'm not a huge comic book nerd.
Say Green Goblin?
Because when you said somebody who killed off Gwen Stacy, I'm like, Green Goblin? Because isn't that what he did?
No, I meant the writer. It started with a D, like Dennis. Oh no, it wasn't Danny O'Neill.
Here's the thing: I'm not a huge comic book nerd, so I walk into this saying, "Oh, that's a thing. I kind of recognize that." I don't follow like comics as closely as like other people, so I just kind of view the show as like its own thing with references here and there. I'm like, oh, wait, I got that, or like, oh, I know that guy.
When we get to the characters, Felicity's good. I think actually Diggle was actually created for the show, and he recently showed up in the comics.
Diggle.
Diggle is a great character. Hey, how happy...
Great Lantern.
How happy were you to know that just like, oh yeah, he's not a Green Lantern. I loved the theory that they had, like, oh, it's John Diggle Stewart. He's the Green Lantern. They're going to put Green Lantern in Arrow. I'm like, I'm going to laugh when that does not happen.
And now you're laughing.
I'm sorry.
So far it hasn't.
But it's so amusing, though, because the way I see it, I would love to see Green Lantern come back properly, because after the Green Lantern movie, I'm just like, oh, good God, I don't know if he's ever going to flourish again. But seeing Green Lantern come back would probably make this a great Justice League, like, sort of mini league, you know?
Oh, like
They would
like
have to really go. They would have to start stretching the whole thing with the realistic drama. I mean, Green Lantern's powers come from space police, basically.
Well,
When you get right down to it.
Well, what they have right now, they have the current superheroes that they have. From Arrow, we have, of course, Green Arrow, Arsenal, Black Canary, and the Atom. And on Flash, we have Flash and Firestorm. What I love most about Arrow Season 1 and 2 is its story. I know some people think it's a little convoluted, but I love this sort of stuff. I love complicated stories, and superhero stories can be complicated, but it depends on how complicated. Like, there's good where you can follow it, but then there's, like, Kingdom Hearts timeline convoluted and confusing, and you're just like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Can somebody get me a chart, please? Can I write all this down? Especially if it goes out of order.
Yeah, well, thankfully, Arrow, when it comes to their plot lines, they do sort of run parallel to what's happening in the present.
What the fuck is parallel? No, I can't even say the wrong word of something. God damn it.
Sorry, parallel.
Parallel.
They run parallel to what's currently going on in present day, and then
English up in here.
yeah. So, for example, if you have like an episode, let's say from season 2, where Sarah comes back as Black Canary, and then the final shot of the episode is Ollie on the Amazo seeing Sarah still alive.
Yeah, something like that. What both seasons do is that they have two storylines going on at the same time that kind of jump back and forth through flashbacks. Throughout all Season 1, we start to see, okay, what's Oliver doing on the island? Each episode, like, shows bit by bit his journey on the island, but it also shows what's currently going on in Starling City in the present. And I love that because they managed to make what's going on relevant. If there's something in the past that happened, it has something to do with what's in the present, or it's a lesson that Oliver has learned in the past that's now coming back in the present that he has to teach somebody else. The other thing I love is the supporting cast with Diggle and Roy and Thea and Felicity and like all the other characters. I think that they are great. Except for Laurel in Seasons 1 and 2. Good fucking God, I wanted to strangle her. Shut up. Oh no, you don't love me anymore. Oh, everything's so hard. Oh, I don't know what to do anymore. Shut the fuck up. Just become Black Canary already. Oh, you had to do that. Well, okay, I'm not going to say what that is, but my heart kind of broke. That's not how I wanted you to become Black Canary, but okay. Break my heart doing so. It's so bittersweet. What I love is the supporting cast. I love what they're doing with it. I love the Team Arrow dynamic we have with Diggle and Felicity, and later on with Sarah and Roy. It's really working out for them. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of what they did in the past with Season 1. Season 1 was a little rocky, but I love what they're doing with Season 2, and they're focusing on building a universe. That's what attracts me most to this series other than the story. The universe that it's trying to build.
And we may see that build into Supergirl.
Yes!
Eventually.
Supergirl's a thing, The Flash is already a thing, and Teen Titans is going to be a thing later.
December.
Yay.
So, yeah, the Arrow is really the start of what this universe is going to be, so I'm looking forward to that.
Which is a nice change, because it's usually Superman or Batman that starts this shit.
No, fuck that. It'll be Green Arrow taking over as Batman, but then this kind of...
No!
Ironic how Green Arrow is basically Batman.
Yeah, which kind of brings me into transitioning. What I don't really like about Arrow is the Batman stuff that's going on. Basically, they took, from what I understand in the comics, he was like, he had like an attitude to him. He had like his own identity. But in this, he's Batman. There's no dressing it up any other way. He is Batman. Just without calling him Batman. He's a billionaire. He's got his own high-tech stuff. He's got his own version of Alfred, pretty much, with Diggle. And He's got his, like, tech person, which is Lucius Fox. And maybe I'm just comparing this to the Nolan Batmans, but...
Well, no, yeah, I think he helped create his own gadgets in a Batman animated series. I think we only saw, like, Lucius Fox once.
Yeah, but when he gets to, like, I think Deathstroke is where I'm thinking, okay... Didn't we already see Batman do this? He takes so many, like, references from, like, Batman. Most of the villains, or I say villains, but they're thugs. Most of the thugs that he faces are Batman-rejected villains, pretty much. It's just like he's picking up the scraps from Batman's stuff. And by the end, I know this is Season 3, but by the time he gets to Ra's al Ghul, I'm like, wait a minute. Isn't Batman supposed to be doing this?
Yeah.
I don't really like that they've taken the identity of, like, what Batman was and how popular, like, the Nolan movies were and put that into Green Arrow. It's not a huge complaint, but it's one thing, if I have to say I don't like, it's that. And that's really the only thing I have to dislike about it. Other than, oh, wait, no, I know what to dislike, fucking Laurel, but... and the drama that ends up happening with Thea... and some other stuff, with characters acting so stupid I want to punch them. But that's typical soap opera stuff. Kat, what did you dislike about Seasons 1 and 2?
I'm sorry, Laurel. I didn't like you very much. I feel bad saying that because Laurel is basically Dinah from the comics. They just refer to her by her middle name for some reason. Diana Laurel Lance. She just turns around and smirks. I'm like, you're Black Canary.
Yeah, well, Dinah Laurel Lance.
Yeah.
It's not, there is no extra A in there.
Tommy says it differently. Oh, real quick, that's the other thing I didn't like when they fucking killed Tommy. Why? I like Tommy, damn it.
Because that led to Arrow not killing anyone, which I liked.
Yeah, that was character progression. I didn't like seeing him die either. I absolutely loved his character and what they were doing with him. But then that just kind of gives the impact of the heart. It's just like, no, why? So they did a good job there.
Yeah. Anyways.
I also don't... Voice said this already, but I didn't like Green Arrow killing. Just, no. As I said, it was for character progression, because he progresses from vigilante to true hero over the course of the series, but just... that felt wrong.
It really did.
And it was like, he didn't even flinch about it. He's just like, oh, well, you gotta die. Thunk. This is gonna sound a little odd, but I also don't like the way they included one of Ra's by the way, Ra's al Ghul's daughters, but it wasn't Talia. It was the second daughter. I can't even remember her fucking name.
Nyssa.
Nyssa al Ghul.
And I know she is a character in the comics, but it just... Talia's the one everyone knows, and it's just... It felt weird.
I just want to really quickly say this. In terms of Nyssa, you all flipped your shit when two guys kissed on Walking Dead. I'm talking to you, audience, but yet I didn't hear a single thing when Nyssa and Sarah kissed. So it's okay if two girls kiss, but if two guys kiss, it's oh my god, it's the worst thing ever? Okay. Whatever. That's just stupid.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that something like along those lines, though, because why is Canary suddenly a lesbian?
Yeah, I don't know if that was in the comics or not.
I don't think so.
No.
God,
although she has been hanging out with a lot, with the Birds of Prey a lot, so,
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that just falls under clock thinking. Anyway.
Well.
No,
it's just, it felt exceptionally strange, because it's just like, I'm gonna have to go into spoilers for a second here.
That's
fine.
But
it's like, she's all with Ollie and shit, and they're like, oh my god, I'm so happy to see you, we're together again, and we're happy, and blah, 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 blah. And Nyssa shows up, oh, make-out time.
As I mentioned before, it's when they reference when they reference DC and the comics. When they get it right, they do get it right. but more often, I mentioned, more often than not, they will get it wrong. But so far they haven't, well, in season 1 and 2 they haven't really screwed up that bad.
Because they didn't have anybody major to play with. They were just these random Batman, like, I guess, hand-me-downs or whatever. So they figured, we can do stuff with this.
Yeah, I mean, season 3, you get a couple of things, like, for some reason, Komodo is a black guy, even though I think he's, like, Asian. And Simon LaCroix, he's one of the new Green Arrow villains.
Yeah.
But so far they haven't screwed up that bad. Adam! Sorry, it's on my throat there.
Adam, really? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Oh, wait. Adam? Who's Adam? You mean Iron Man? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, that's kind of that. Yeah, can we really quickly just talk for a second? Speaking of things that really don't belong, why the fuck, and this is for season 3, why the fuck is Adam Iron Man? He is basically Iron Man.
How do you screw up
Except
Ray Palmer?
Except you got the guy who played Superman that one time to be this, which is interesting, I think.
He's not a bad actor.
No, it's just everybody gives him shit for Superman Returns.
It wasn't even bad in Superman Returns.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've watched it. I've watched it a couple times, and he's not bad.
Yeah, I think they just give him shit for the movie. Anyway.
I mean, compared to, like, Christopher Reeve, or more compared to Christopher Reeve, he's no... Well, again, he's no Christopher Reeve, but he's all right.
Yeah.
But, oh, Jesus Christ, how do you screw up his character? He's a physicist! Like, he's a scientist who creates the dwarfs, who creates a belt that will shrink him!
Not a fucking Fallout exosuit or whatever.
That would have been fine if that was the case, but no, they turned him into freaking Iron Man. But if we want to move on to favorite characters.
Yeah. Favorite character, other than Green Arrow, of course, I would say Black Canary. I was really interested in what they did with Black Canary. And favorite, I guess we might as well throw this in. Favorite villain.
Oh, gee. I wonder who our favorite villains are going to be.
Yeah, I'm guessing, Voice, it's Deathstroke for you, too.
Yeah, I'd say Deathstroke, but I would say Clock King is a close second.
Yeah, Deathstroke for me. Merlin is a close second. Kat?
I like Deathstroke and Merlin as well. As much as he kind of irritated me in the series, because of the lack of the whole I don't care about my own life sort of thing, Deadshot's a pretty good villain too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love Amanda Waller too in this.
Amanda Waller is that bitch you just love to hate.
Question, why is it that in all the other things she's just big chubby woman, but in here she's this slim, slender femme fatale who could probably beat the shit out of you?
New 52
Let's be honest, she could always beat the shit out of you, fat or thin.
I like what they do with Roy as well.
Yes, I love Roy's character progression and how he's come so far in season 3.
Yeah. Diggle is really cool too.
Diggle, diggle, diggle.
Yeah, and Laurel's
Wasn't he migrated into the comics because he became so popular?
Yeah, he came in
just like Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I forgot which issue he came in, but he basically got introduced during Batman during Batman 0 Year crossover. What happened was during I think it was when Ollie came back from the island and basically everything went down in Seattle and Gotham at the same time, or I think Moira Queen was actually in Gotham during that time, and what ended up happening was Ollie went back to make sure his mom was all right, and Diggle ended up showing up, and I think by the end of the comic, Diggle became a mainstay.
That's all right.
Well, he deserves it. He is awesome.
Which now brings us to last question. Favorite season out of 1 and 2?
2.
2.
Well, that was quick.
Well, what about favorite episode?
As much as, we'll get to episodes in a sec. As much as I love Season 1, I feel Season 2 is where things really start to pick up. Season 1 is like, it's the prequel, pretty much, to how things are laid out. It establishes the groundwork. It's I guess really in a trilogy, Season 1 is laying everything out, and then Season 2 is picking all of that and then advancing, and then Season 3 is taking all of that, just like, okay, let's make something awesome.
Yeah, well, again, I think I like Season 2 better, but again, the first season is usually never the best. It's almost often the worst.
But it's not the worst, though. It's just our least favorite.
Mm-hmm. Season 1 of MLP is mine.
Yeah. The thing about Arrow is that it never really has any worst episodes. I mean, granted, there's some moments where we're just like, oh my fucking god, really? Like, for me, one of the probably worst episodes I thought was the Suicide Squad episode.
Well, for one, they killed off Shrapnel, who was a member of the movement. How dare you?
I think I don't really have any least favorite episodes. I have scenes where characters act stupid, but other than that, I don't really have any like favorite or least favorite episodes. I just like when certain things play out. I think, like, for example, the final battle for Season 2 between Oliver and Deathstroke, or say
the scientist and the what was the one after that? The one the two-parter where they introduced Barry Allen.
Yeah, when they introduced the Flash into all of this, that's when it gets interesting.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the second episode, but
I don't remember. I don't remember the episode titles. That's the thing.
Isn't it the scientist and 3 ghosts?
I think so, yeah.
Or something along like that. But yeah, Scientists and 3 Ghosts are my favorite episode. That two-parter is my favorite episode.
I like the finale, personally.
The finales are both great, I think.
Yeah.
I love 3 Ghosts as well, because freaking, that's when, this is so stupid, for such a stupid reason for liking an episode, but that's when Oliver gets his mask, because it feels like that's when he finally fully transitions into being Green Arrow, into being a hero. And the mask is just symbolic of that. But I like the finale because freaking you finally properly stop Deathstroke. You see Arsenal come into being, but the thing with like Thea going with Malcolm, even though I don't like that she did, it felt properly built up too.
And the seeds of All-licity. Oh boy. I'll just say this right now. I do not like Olicity. I always went with Oliver and Sarah. Just saying. Till they fucking killed my ship. They literally fucking killed it with 3 arrows to the chest. But anyway, I think that about covers it for Arrow Seasons 1 and 2. And I'm really excited for how they're going to lay things out for just the Season 3 finale while it's still going on. That and Flash. Jesus Christ, Flash is turning out so good. The future is very bright for, like, the DC miniverse.
Well, except for Constantine, which is getting canceled.
Poor Constantine. Does iZombie count in that verse, or is that just another thing on its own?
I think so, but I think it's not associated with...
It's like a side verse.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, think more like Vertigo, like the Vertigo imprint of DC, like where you get like stuff like The Wake or Trillium, something
like that. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, when I said miniverse, I mean TV-verse. I'm sorry.
It's not a mini-universe. Think about how it's expanding.
Oh,
it's about if I could go supernova on this bitch.
Yeah. All we need now is just Batman to show up and everybody's like, yo, fucking Batman!
I actually have a really bad feeling that if Batman did show up anytime soon, there would be an uproar, and not in the positive way. Because it seems like it's thriving on the not Batman, not Superman crowd.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing, though, what they're doing by not focusing on, like, major superheroes. Like, the closest that we've ever gotten to, like, oh my god, like, this is, like, a huge character is Roz. Raish. I'm sorry, but they say it so much for the TV show.
You're lucky I'm not right beside you. I'd have smacked your head a few times by now.
Sorry. But yeah, that concludes the roundtable review of Seasons 1 and 2 of Arrow. If you like this, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Check out Eliyora and Voice's channels. God, you guys have been on my channel so many times.
Yeah, my poor channel is dead. I really need to... Well, I'm going to take this to go completely off topic and say I have my next review topic, and I'm on a new computer, so it won't die on me. I'm going to be making a new review.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah. And, of course, Voice has his own stuff.
Yeah, almost, just waiting on one more item for my top 10 worst, and then Season 5.
Sweet. Season 5 is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys for being here, and I look forward to our video on Season 3 of Arrow and Season 1 of Flash, which we're going to do in conjunction because they both started roughly around the same time.
Woohoo. That was some Fluttershy woohoo voice. You rock. Woohoo.
It's so adorable. Anyway, see you guys later.